Hello, it's Toyin here. I'm back for another chatty video. I'm in another piece of merch. I actually just filmed a video for the Academic Society YouTube channel announcing that the merch store is live, so that will be posted on May 1st. But yeah, I got someone to design a crest for me. So this is my Academic Society crest sweatshirt that I'm excited about. But I wanted to update you from my last chatty video when I was talking about how I was experiencing business growing pains and how my business had started to expand outside of what the boundaries that I had set for myself were. And I was considering enrolling in a mastermind to help me with teams, systems, and mindset, and I did it. I enrolled in that program. So I am now a member of $1 Million CEO, and I'm excited because they are very customized. I mean, it's a high ticket offer, so it's really about my personal business and growing my business in a way that works for me, not necessarily the way that everyone else in the program is growing their business. It's very customized to me. And so the head coach of the program knows that I want to streamline my business. I want to simplify. And so her coaching very much comes from my goals, no matter how challenging it can be. So I joined the program on Saturday. It is currently the very next Saturday. So I've been in the program for 7 days and I've had so many breakthroughs already. There are 2 coaching sessions every single week, and I can get coached from any of the coaches in the program at any time. And so I've definitely been taking advantage of that. So I immediately hopped into the curriculum. And one of the first things she said was, you need to be coachable, which I am, but being coachable means that you show up prepared. You show up taking notes, you are taking actions on the notes you've taken, you reviewing your notes. And so she was like, I recommend getting a notebook and just having this be your notebook for this program. I was like, say less. I love a notebook. So I went and picked up this notebook from Barnes & Noble. And I've already, I don't know if you can see this, started taking notes from the coaching that I have gotten in this program. And I wanted to share a little bit of what I have uncovered, some of the breakthroughs that I've gotten, and what my business could look like going forward. So the first call that I attended was a systems call. And my initial thought was to just observe, because I hadn't gotten deep into the curriculum yet. I just wanted to listen. I had already been listening to some of the old coaching sessions via their private podcast, which I love. But yeah, I got onto this call and they gave us some prompts like, what don't you like about your business? What about your business feels hard? And for me, I always stress having a schedule and fitting your business inside of your own schedule. But when my business like blew up and just got too big, I think I found it too overwhelming to make a schedule. It was almost as if I was thinking, if I actually made a schedule, I would see that my business had blown up past the 5 hours per week, but I'm actually still spending 5 hours per week. So I'm still spending 5 hours per week on my business, but it requires a bit more. And so things are falling through the cracks. And so what I felt that I didn't like about my business and what was kind of hard about my business is that I was trying to keep everything in my brain. And so I would forget some things. I would be late on like posting in my group. I didn't really have a schedule for my content anymore. And it just felt way too overwhelming for me. And so that systems call was really helpful. I started taking notes. I was like, okay, I need to get back on a schedule. I need to start making a task list of everything I need to do and start gathering what things I want to take off of my plate for when I hire a VA or an OBM. And so I started working on that. So I'm excited about that. The very next day, there was just a general coaching call, and I asked for coaching on my elevated offer, which is the terminology they use in this program. This is my 6-figure professor program. And so this is the program I launched for the first time last June. I had a cohort of 5, and I was first of all blown away because I booked out the cohort of 5 in 2 days, and literally the first 4 came in like a few hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, the people need this it was the right thing. But I'm revamping the offer, as you all know, and I'm making it better for the people who join next time. And so I'm like refining the program promise, I'm solidifying the pricing, how long it will be. And so I was asking about my program promise, and the coach said, the program promise is that you help them build a semester-proof business. I was like, that is true. That is literally what all 5 of the people in my program last summer did. Their business is now semester-proof. And she said, I think, because I have a course called the Semester-Proof Business Course, which is a bit less expensive, but it's a DIY course. It's like, there's no interaction with me except you get one one-on-one call. And she was like, she was like, I don't want people to try to enroll in the semester business course and think they're going to get the same thing that they're getting in Six-Figure Professor. I was like, that's so true. She was like, what if you just discontinued the semester proof business course and just put it inside of Six-Figure Professor? I was like, what? It almost like broke my brain to think about that, because like the semester proof business course, like I've been rolling with that course for over 2 years now, and I'm like in the middle of a launch for it. And she was like, yeah, you want to simplify your business, why not just remove that offer? Aren't you teaching a very similar thing in the one-on-one? I was like, actually I am. I created all new lessons and trainings inside of my Six-Figure Professor program, and now that I look back, I just taught the semester proof business course just more in depth with more specificity. And then these people had the benefit of one-on-one coaching every single month from me, and like tech walkthroughs and all of this stuff. And I was like, wow, I'm teaching the semester proof business course stuff inside of my Six-Figure Professor program, but just better in a way that the people are more supported and more able to take action on it and succeed in it. Why not just offer the thing that's going to be the most helpful? So yeah, I'm getting rid of the semester proof business course. So I'll post this video now. So if you want to buy it now before it's discontinued, I will discontinue it on May 3rd. And so you won't be able to buy it after May 3rd. It will all be inside my Six-Figure Professor program, which I'm launching in June. Okay, so yeah, that was a huge breakthrough. And then she mentioned how the promise of building a semester-proof business can feel a bit more like a heart promise and less tangible. And so she recommended putting a number behind it, like, oh, I'll help you get like $1,000 in passive income each month from your semester-proof business, which is a result that I got for myself. Well, I got 1,000 or more in my business from the Academic Society branch of my business. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but I'm gonna run it by my clients. So I actually reached out to my clients that I had in Six-Figure Professor before, and I asked about it. And one of my clients, Cecily, so awesome, she was like, how about you just call me? So we got to talk about it, and she was like, honestly, I make enough money in my academic job. My business is more like a brainchild that I just don't have time to work on. And she was like, your program provided me the structure to work on it, but also helped me make it more simple so that I actually had the time to work on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, duh, it's the thing that I've been promoting the whole time. I help you build a semester-proof business that runs on less than 5 hours a week. That is the promise. The number is more time-based. I was like, oh my gosh, my client's $1 million desire is to have more time or to use their time more effectively. It's not necessarily the money. You all have an income, right? You don't need this business to thrive to be able to survive. You need to actually be able to see the fruits of your labor. You need to actually impact others with this idea that you have. And you just need to make time to build this business, and that is exactly what I do in my program. So I am like over the moon. I feel so good. I'm like, oh my gosh, can it be June yet? Because I'm so ready to launch this new revamped Six-Figure Professor program that actually will have more support than it did the first time. I am super excited about it. one of the cool things that I did at the end of the 6 months that I worked with my first cohort for Six Figure Professor was I did like a bonus coaching session, and at the end of the coaching session I asked for 15 minutes of that session to kind of get feedback on the program. And so I asked, what did you all love about the program? What could be improved? What was your favorite feature? Hands down, everyone loved the one-on-one coaching. They loved working with me one-on-one. That was when they thought they were able to work through the strategy that they were thinking about in their head. And then secondarily, the bonus that they loved the most was the tech walkthrough. I'm realizing that my clients and professors are having really big tech hangups with the business software, like course software, email software, website software, like all of this stuff is kind of overwhelming. And they just need someone to say, click here, click there. And that's exactly what we do during our tech calls. I record them for you and I just tell you where to click so you can actually do the things to move on in your business. And so I was like, oh, one-on-one calls and tech calls. What if we do those every month? So every month, everyone will get one one-on-one call with me and one one-on-one tech call with me to actually implement on the lesson or the milestone for that month. It's very much a milestone-based program. So I'm feeling so good about the program promise, about the program structure, and I'm very excited to relaunch the program. So that's kind of where I am. So I have eliminated one offer already. Let's see what else I eliminate before the end of this program. Again, if you do want to get the semester proof business course before it is gone, I'll put a link for it in the description of this video. It's at drtoyinalli.com/course. Okay, I think that is all. Let me know if you all have questions, thoughts, comments. Let me know in the comment section of this video, and I will chat with you next time. Bye.